Welcome back to the Citystead, everyone. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite little crops to grow. It's all about garlic. One of the many things I really like about garlic is that I was able to grow all this garlic in this space right here. This bed is 4 foot by 4 foot and it produced that much garlic in there. I didn't weigh it, but I know it's quite a bit, and it's a lot more than I grew last year. Last year I had quite a bit, and I still had some at the end of the year here when this stuff was coming up that I was using. So 4 foot by 4 foot, space to productivity, I will take garlic hands down. What an awesome crop for the amount of space that it actually took to grow that. And there's a couple different harvests out of it, because you get scapes and you also get garlic bulbs. One of my other favorite things about garlic is that it's literally one of the easiest things to plant. You take a clove, you put it in the ground. You know what you do next? You wait until spring. That's all you gotta do. You literally just put it in the ground and wait half a year and you get garlic. How amazing is that? Come on, buddy. Uh-oh. It's one of those Oski weeds again. They keep popping up everywhere in my garden. Everywhere. So one of the other things I really like about growing garlic so far is that garlic really fits into my schedule pretty well. I plant it, you know, in the fall, and I can plant it in a few hours, and that's it. Like, that's all I have to do. Once it's planted, you just kind of sit back, you wait a while, and then, you know, come spring, you got to make another time to harvest it. Well, you harvest your scapes, then you harvest your bulbs, you get them ready to dry out, you might hang them up, but there's not a lot of time-consuming things that need to go into it. I've never had to weed any of my garlic patches yet, and I don't think that's anything to do with the garlic. It's just that I plant them pretty close together, which might be why I get some smaller bulbs, but it really helps with not having to weed and just giving me a little bit more time, which is something I'm always trying to get more of, as many of you are. There's another bundle for the hanging. When I think about ultimately having him out here with me today while I work on this garlic stuff, is that one of the very first videos I ever made was of harvesting our first garlic. And I had Mr. Man out here. He was about 2 years old, and they're about a year difference in age from time to time. But it's just fun having these guys out here with me. Even though sometimes they stress me out and slow down the task at hand. It's just fun and neat thinking, like, he's out here now. A year ago, the other guy was out here and he was almost the same age. And now he's so big that he's, you know, worn himself into a nap inside somewhere. What are you doing? You gonna play with that light some more? Alright, you get some lights set up. Set up some lights for us so we can see what we're doing. We might be out here late. Here's your light. Well, you're gonna be cameraman? Alright, cameraman. Now, before I started growing my own garlic, I had no idea how many varieties of garlic there was. I figured there was just garlic. Whatever you find at the store is what you get. And then you start growing and you realize that there is a ton of different kinds out there. But the difference between the hardnecks and softnecks, and then just the different varieties and the different way that they color and taste and grow, I mean, it's quite fascinating to me, like how many different garlics there are. And then there's even like wild garlic that's probably entirely different than domesticated garlic, you know? It's just a whole world of things out there that I had no idea about when it came to garlic. Are you the type of person that when a recipe says 1 clove of garlic, you know what they really mean is 1 head of garlic? So last year, my first year growing garlic, what I grew was 3 different varieties. I grew a Ichiban Red, I think that's what it was called. Don't quote me on that. I grew a German hardneck. It seemed like the most favorable for our climate and conditions. And also seemed like the easiest, which to me was a no-brainer, being that it was my first time growing it. And then I also grew like an Indian type garlic. Yeah, I can't remember exactly what that one was called, but it was some kind of like Indian flavor garlic. Oops, I just broke a clove off. And those were my 3 that I grew the first year doing this. What I really wanted to do this year was expand on growing those. So what I did was I bought 6 different varieties, because how can you go wrong having 6 different after you only had 3? And I went with another Ichiban Red. I think I grew another German, and I grew the coveted garlic known as music garlic. And I also had like a couple different varieties. I don't remember the name of them. There's a good reason that I don't remember any of them, because I didn't write them down on a sheet of paper. And I don't remember what most of them were, because the little guy, as you see popping in and out of the video there, he's over there now picking a pepper. He decided to play tag roulette with all my tags. So he came out here and he likes to play like any kid does, right? He came over and he saw all these little things sticking up, and so he pulled them out of everywhere in the garden. Anywhere that these were sticking up, he kind of took and pulled them up. And so there's a lot of surprise to our garlic this year. We have no idea what varieties are what. We can just go, okay, I think these were these. But I knew which one the music garlic was because it was in a specific bed over on the other side, and there's only one other garlic in it, and it was a soft neck. So they're pretty easy to tell apart. I set those aside. We've already used some of those. They're inside already. I haven't tasted any of the other ones to really know if the music is as much better than what all the other ones are. But the music was a very good garlic, very flavorful, and it didn't have too much of a kick to it. Hey little guy, where you going? I gotta go grab him. He's gotta get on a wet slide. Don't do it! Don't do it! Back up! Ooh, look at all that water! So garlic is a very, very good little crop to have. As far as anything you do, I mean, it not only is it good for spicing up your food and making it really kick with flavor, which I can't imagine cooking too many things without garlic, and it also has a lot of health benefits for you. It's very good for cholesterol, your blood pressure, and it has a lot of medicinal things as far as cold and flu, garlic, fire cider, stuff like that you can make with it. It's very good. You can ferment this in honey. I'm sure that's just amazing for you, being that honey has its own properties that are very medicinal, and you're just mixing the two together. So I'm really enjoying growing garlic, and it's becoming one of my favorite things that I have out here, simply because it takes a little bit less maintenance than some of the other things, which for my current work schedule and current life schedule. I'm not talking about you. No, I'm not talking about you. No, I'm not talking about you. So it's become one of my favorite things because of those reasons. And I think I want to do a little bit more with it. It's just, I keep thinking about it, and it's something that's been really festering in my mind on what I can do more with garlic, being that it fits so many different criterias of my life for growing wise, and being able to handle it a little bit better, because I can't get out here and weed and prune and all that other stuff as often as I would like to. But with garlic, I don't really necessarily have to do any of that stuff. So it actually works out pretty good. You ready to go inside? All right, tell everybody bye. Can you say bye? Can you say high five? High five. High five. No, 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 high five. High five. Yeah, high five. All right, we're gonna get out of here. We'll see you guys, as always, in the next one.